All right, so today we're diving into, well, let's just say it's a story that's got it all. Family drama, a little bit of real estate envy, and honestly, maybe even a life lesson or two.
Sounds intriguing.
Oh, it is. Trust me. So we're cracking open the Bible here, heading straight to Genesis, chapters 13.1 through 18, and we're going to unpack this whole thing together. You ready?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right, so picture this. You've got Abram, just back from this trip to Egypt, and let me tell you, he didn't come back empty-handed.
Oh, no, not at all.
We're talking seriously wealthy here, like flocks of sheep and goats, herds of cattle, silver, gold, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, he was rolling in it.
Exactly. But the thing is, his nephew, Lot, he's also doing pretty well for himself. And all this prosperity, well, it's starting to cause some, shall we say, friction.
Yeah, you could say that. It's kind of like, when you've got a whole bunch of people and they're all trying to share the same space and resources start to feel a little tight.
Yeah, totally. Like too many cooks in the kitchen, right?
Exactly. And that's kind of what's happening here. The herdsmen are bumping heads. There's only so much good grazing land to go around. It's a recipe for conflict, even between family.
Oh, absolutely. And, it's interesting because this whole thing's happening in Canaan, right? Which, if you remember, was already home to the Canaanites and the Perizzites.
Yeah.
So talk about a crowded house.
Oh, for sure. And, it's easy to gloss over those names, the Canaanites, the Perizzites. But these were real people with their own cultures, their own claims to the land.
Right. They weren't just background noise.
Exactly. And it's a good reminder that Abram and Lot are stepping into a complex situation here, a land already inhabited, with all the history and tension that comes with that.
Okay, so now put yourself in Abram's shoes for a second. Family drama brewing, not enough land to go around, and you're sitting on this massive fortune. What do you do?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, most people would probably dig in their heels, right? Protect what's theirs.
Right. But Abram, he does something incredible. He basically says to Lot, look, I don't want any bad blood between us. You choose any part of the land you want. It's yours.
Wow. Yeah, talk about taking the high road. It's such a powerful moment in the story because it shows where Abram's priorities lie. He's choosing peace over possessions, family over fortune.
It's a good reminder for all of us, right? Like what really matters in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely. So Lot, being the, shall we say, practical one, he scopes out the land, and he chooses the Jordan Valley. And the text doesn't hold back. It describes it as this lush, fertile paradise. They even compare it to the Garden of the Lord.
The Garden of Eden, right.
The one and only. So, yeah, you can see why Lot jumped at the chance.
I mean, who wouldn't want a piece of that, right?
Right. But, and this is a big but, we have to remember that Eden came with its own set of complications. And Lot's choice, while it seems pretty sweet at the time, kind of foreshadows some of the, let's call them moral dilemmas that he's going to face later on.
Yeah, especially with Sodom and Gomorrah being right around the corner.
Exactly. It's like even paradise has its pitfalls. Decisions have consequences, even when they seem like no-brainers at the time.
Okay, so Lot's gone off to his little slice of almost Eden, and now it's just Abram, right? And that's when things get really interesting.
Oh, yeah, here comes the good part.
God appears to Abram and basically tells him, look around, north, south, east, west, all this, it's yours. And not just for you, but for your descendants too. And let me tell you, they're going to be more numerous than the dust of the earth.
Talk about a promise. And it's not just about the land, right? It's about legacy. It's about family, about Abram's lineage stretching across generations, like literally as countless as grains of sand.
I mean, can you imagine being Abram in that moment? The sheer scale of that promise.
It would be overwhelming.
Totally. But you know what's even more amazing? Abram doesn't hesitate. He packs up, sets down roots, and puts his total faith in God's word. It's like, how often do we actually do that? Really trust in something bigger than ourselves?
Yeah, it makes you think. It's about having that courage to believe, even when you can't see the whole path laid out in front of you.
So here we are, leaving Abram on the brink of this incredible journey. What's your big takeaway from all of this? What sticks with you?
Well, I think for me, it's the reminder that choices have consequences. Abram chose peace, Lot chose what he thought was best for him in the moment, and they both had to live with the ripple effects of those decisions.
That's a good one.
What about you? What resonates with you?
Honestly, it's Abram's faith. Like, to have that level of trust, to stake your whole future on a promise, it's humbling, Makes me think about the promises I make, the ones I keep, and the ones, well, maybe I don't. It's a lot to chew on.
It really is.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the point, right? These stories, they spark something in us, make us question, make us think. And in the end, isn't that what a good deep dive is supposed to do?
Absolutely. Food for thought, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Toby, Eleanor, and our team of researchers are working hard to produce more episodes. If you value what we're doing here, please consider subscribing and sharing the word. Additionally, our podcast, RSS, and Patreon links can be found below. Listener support is what makes our work possible. Join us next time for another deep dive. God bless.